Hey guys, today we're in the book of First Chronicles chapter 24. So yesterday in chapter 23, he gets all the Levites together and organizes them. Today in chapter 24, it is the priest that he gets together. These are the sons of Aaron, and he does a little bit of organization for them as well. It starts off with verse 1, and it says, the sons of Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, Eleazar and Ithamar, but Nadab and Abihu died before their father. Remember, these are the ones who brought strange fire. God judged them, and they died. So then it just keeps going down the way. But we see with the help of Zadok, this was the high priest at that time of David, of the sons of Eleazar and Elimelech, the sons of Ithamar, David organized them according to their appointed duties of service. So though these are the actual priests, the ones who are sacrificing, the high priests come out of these are not the gatekeepers, the musicians. These are none of those. These are the actual priests, the sons of Aaron. They had different jobs and duties they had to do. And so David organizes them. And so how does he organize them? He organizes them into 24 sections. 24 sections, and each section would have had a different job. We see in verse 4 that how he did this, he organized them under 16 heads of the fathers of houses of Eleazar and 8 sons of Ithamar. And he divided them by lot, right? So he's casting, rolling dice, letting the Lord pick how it could do. Now, this could have been by lot. This could have been done by the stones of the high priest. We're not sure exactly how, but somehow this was left up to God and God picked. Much like in my mind, they're picking dodgeball teams, right? And so there's 24 captains, and these captains get to pick. But it's not the captains who are picking, it is God is picking. So who's going to do it? Okay, you're here, and you're here, and you're here, and you're here. And so it goes, and 24 teams are picked. And out of these 24 teams, everyone has a job. This is much like how the church is structured today. We have Sunday school leaders, and we have greeters, and we have people who do the offering, and we have hospitality, and we have this, and kids, and youth, and right? Not everybody is gifted for everything. And so this is much like how it's done today. Of course, we're not casting dice and the Lord's picking. The Lord gifts us, and we use these gifts. And so much of this chapter goes through and just tells us who's on which team, right? Who does where each person goes. So we're not going to spend a great deal of this. But when you get to verse 20, it says, and the rest of the sons of Levi. Now, what does this mean? These are still the Kohathites, but these are the Kohathites who are not the sons of Aaron, okay? So these are all the Kohathites who are not on the 24 teams that we just picked. These were the sons of Aaron. Now these are the Kohathites that are not the sons of Aaron, and they're picked in. But how are they picked? I love this. Verse 31, it says, these also, the head of each father's house and his younger brother alike cast lots, just as his brother, the sons of Aaron, did. So what's interesting about this, it says the oldest and the youngest. I love this, the oldest and the youngest. And so as these Levites were picked onto their teams, right? These are not the sons of Aaron, okay? These are the Levites that are from Kohathites who are not the sons of Aaron. How were they picked? The oldest and the youngest. And so this is how it happened. And what happened is that as David did this, as God led David to do it this way, he put the youngest with the oldest. And so the oldest would bring wisdom, but the young would bring energy and charisma, right? And so when you combine the old with the young, I think you get the best product. And so much like today in many churches, a lot of churches will say, okay, we only want old people and we only want to do this style of church. Many churches today will say we only want the young people and we're going to do this style of church. But when we blend the two styles of church, and we can get the old wisdom and the young enthusiasm, and we can place them together, that's the ideal church. That's when everything comes together. I think that's what God blesses the most. And it will reach all people, not one group of people, but it will reach all groups of people. And I think that's where the Lord was leading David on this. So chapter 23, he organizes the Levites. Chapter 24, he organizes the priest. And tomorrow in chapter 25, we'll see that he will organize the musicians, the worship leaders. So we'll see you tomorrow in chapter 25. God bless.